All right, football fans, buckle up because we've got a wild one today. Imagine you're gearing up for your fantasy football draft, doing your usual research, building your cheat sheets, and suddenly, bam, a tight end starts popping up in the top rounds. And no, it's not Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews. We're talking about Brock Bowers. Yes, the same kid who lit up college defenses for Georgia. Now he's rocking the silver and black. And the Las Vegas Raiders might have just pulled the ultimate fantasy surprise of 2025. Whether you're a die-hard fantasy guru or just someone trying to win their office league, you need to know why Brock Bowers could be the tight end to watch this season. We're diving deep. Stats, strategy, expectations, everything you need for a monster fantasy season. Let's start with the basics. Who exactly is Brock Bowers? If you followed college football the past couple of years, you know this guy wasn't just good, he was dominant. Bowers was a game changer at Georgia, a two-time John Mackey Award winner, and easily one of the best tight end prospects we've seen in a decade. Built like a wide receiver with the power of a fullback, he ran routes cleaner than some WR1s in the SEC. In his final college season, Bowers put up over 800 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns, all while missing a few games due to injury. That's the kind of production that made NFL scouts drool. Now, he's in the NFL with the Raiders, and even though tight ends usually take time to develop, Bowers might just break that mold. Let's talk about why. Now let's zoom in on the Raiders. Heading into the 2025 NFL season, Vegas has quietly rebuilt its offensive core with a new-look quarterback situation and a creative offensive coordinator in place. They're cooking up something different in Sin City. And the biggest twist, they're expected to feature the tight end position in a much more dynamic way. With Josh Jacobs gone and Devontae Adams drawing double coverage almost every snap, Bowers is walking into a situation where he might be the second option, or heck, even the first, in key red zone packages. That's not speculation. That's based on training camp reports and how the offense has been shifting toward quicker, high-percentage passing. For fantasy managers, that means volume and scoring opportunities. You might be thinking, rookie tight ends usually flop in fantasy. And hey, you're not wrong. History hasn't been kind to first-year TEs, but Brock Bowers isn't your typical rookie. Unlike many tight ends who need time to adjust to the speed and physicality of the NFL, Bowers played in a pro-style offense at Georgia and regularly faced top-tier defensive talent. He's already used to complex route trees, reading zone versus man coverage, and blocking at a high level. Plus, let's not ignore the mental part. Bowers is known for his football IQ and leadership. That combination of talent and maturity could fast-track his involvement in the Raiders system, especially in a year where the AFC West defenses are in transition. Don't sleep on this guy just because of his age. Bowers might be the rookie exception you've been waiting for. Training camp and preseason games are always filled with hype, but sometimes the buzz is legit, and with Brock Bowers, it absolutely is. Raiders beat reporters and insiders have been raving about his early performance. He's lining up all over the field, traditional TE spots, the slot, even out wide, and creating mismatches everywhere. Defensive backs can't keep up with his size, and linebackers can't match his speed. If that versatility holds through preseason action, Bowers could be a Week 1 starter with major fantasy relevance. Coaches love him, teammates respect him, and the playbook seems tailored to highlight his strengths. That's not something you can say about most rookie tight ends. If you're drafting early, this is the kind of intel that gives you the edge. So how does Brock Bowers stack up against proven fantasy tight ends? Great question. Let's look at the tiers. Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews are still fantasy gold, no doubt, but they're aging, and the gap is closing. Then there's guys like TJ Hawkinson, Kyle Pitts, and Dallas Goedert. Talented, but inconsistent or injury-prone. Bowers has the upside to break into that second tier by mid-season if he stays healthy and becomes a weekly target hog. Think about what Sam Laporta did last year for the Lions. That same kind of breakout is absolutely on the table for Bowers. He might not give you Kelce-level numbers out of the gate, but if you're looking for value at the tight end position and don't want to pay a first or second round pick, Bowers could be your guy. All right, let's talk strategy, the part that really matters for your fantasy draft. So where should you actually take Brock Bowers. Based on early ADP trends, he's going in the 7th to 9th round range in standard leagues, sometimes even later in casual leagues. That's insane value for a guy with this much upside. If your league has a tight end premium format or rewards big play bonuses, you might want to consider grabbing him even earlier. Ideally, you pair him with a reliable veteran, maybe someone like Pat Freiermuth or Dalton Schultz, just in case Bowers starts slow. But if you believe in betting on talent and situation over tradition, taking Bowers as your TE1 could pay off big time. He's the kind of swing for the fences pick that wins leagues. Now let's keep it real. Every player has risks, and Bowers is no exception. First off, we still don't know who the Raiders' full-time QB will be. A rookie tight end's value is tied closely to quarterback consistency, and if Vegas shuffles QBs or struggles to move the ball, Bowers' fantasy production could be spotty. There's also the learning curve. Even with all his college success, NFL defenders are faster, smarter, and more physical. Injuries are another concern. Bowers did miss time in college, and the physical demands of a full NFL season are no joke. But here's the thing, every mid-round tight end has question marks. What sets Bowers apart is the ceiling. You're drafting him not because he's safe, but because he could explode. One area where Bowers can immediately shine is in the red zone. The Raiders struggled in the red zone last year. They were bottom third in TD conversion rate inside the 20. That's why Bowers is such a huge addition. He's got the size, hands, and footwork to be a primary red zone option from day one. Coaches love calling plays for athletic tight ends near the goal line, and Bowers checks all the boxes. Picture this, 1st and goal from the 7, play action fake. Bowers slips behind the linebacker, easy touchdown. It's gonna happen, and probably more than once a game. If you're in a league where touchdowns carry extra weight, he's even more valuable. This could be a 7 to 10 touchdown season if things break right. Fantasy managers in dynasty or keeper formats need to pay extra attention to Bowers. Unlike redraft leagues where you're only focused on this season, dynasty is all about building for the future, and Bowers might be the most valuable long-term tight end asset in the league, not named Kyle Pitts. He's 21 years old, already NFL ready, and tied to a Raiders organization that's clearly planning to make him a foundational piece. If you have a late first-round rookie pick in a dynasty draft, don't hesitate. He's that good. And in keeper leagues, grabbing him this year, possibly off waivers or in a late round, could pay off huge in 2026 and beyond. This isn't just a one-season play. Bowers could be your TE1 for the next 5 to 7 years. Across the board, fantasy analysts are starting to wake up to the Brock Bowers hype. From ESPN to Fantasy Pros to The Athletic, everyone's keeping an eye on how he's used in preseason games. Early camp analysis has been glowing. Even the skeptics, folks who usually fade rookie tight ends, are saying he could be the exception. One analyst even compared his early impact potential to Rob Gronkowski's rookie year. That's a high bar, but it tells you how much confidence people have in his ability to produce. The consensus? Bowers is a must-watch this preseason, and if you see him getting 5 or more targets in those tune-up games, it's all systems go for your draft board.